All right, everybody, good afternoon, morning. Welcome to our dairy show this year. We are going to get going here pretty quick, but first I wanted to take a second to introduce our judge. This is Butch Sowers. He's from Central Iowa in Story County. He is a nutritionist full-time for his career, but he's been judging for 29 years. So he wanted me to make sure that you guys know he loves being around 4-H and FFA and getting to see the kids exhibit. If you are looking at your program, I do want to make a note. We are not starting with showmanship. We are going to be starting with our junior calves, and then we will roll through all the heifers, then the cows, and then we will start with senior showmanship. So the program's a little bit goofy, but just so you guys kind of know. Give us a few minutes here and we'll get started. Our first class of the day is the Holstein Junior Calves. We have exhibiting Luke Holstein and Jace Holstein. On deck would be our winter calves.
Well, good afternoon or good morning. Thank you for inviting me to the Sioux County Fair. I'm Butch Sowers from Nevada, Iowa. About a 4-hour drive to get here. Thoroughly enjoy helping the youth with their projects. I stood right where you guys are a few years ago. My birthday's this Sunday, but I won't tell you that I'm somewhere between 40 and 70. Okay? But I enjoyed 4-H a lot. I was involved in 4-H and FFA. My senior year in FFA, our team won the livestock judging contest, and we went on to Denver. We got really blessed, and we won second in the nation. I've enjoyed judging ever since. I enjoy helping the kids with their projects. I remember I showed pigs and lambs and cattle. I grew up on a dairy cattle farm, and once in a while we'd get a person to come to the fair to evaluate our projects that we probably didn't appreciate. Maybe they didn't know the species, but when I come and help you, I really like to help you enjoy your day. You worked all year getting your project ready. I hate to have you go home disappointed and have a bad experience. So I'm here for you. I'm really generous. I like to give blue ribbons. So hang in there. If you do a good job and your animal's well taken care of, I don't think I've handed out 2 white ribbons in 29 years. So this is my 29th year of helping judge, and I'm gonna have a great day. We've got a wonderful breeze, and I think we'll have a lot of fun. We're gonna start the class with this black and white Holstein. I think she's just has a little more symmetry from nose to tail. She stands on a better set of feet and legs. She's a little stronger in those front pasterns. They're very, very close. You couldn't separate these two by much. Very same type. The black and white's a little more level from her hips to pins. She's just more correct for me on those front feet, especially in the pasterns. I think the red and white one's probably gonna grow out of it, but right now she's just a little down on those front pasterns. Not bad at all. She's gonna grow up and be a powerful cow. I think they're both well made, a lot of symmetry, clean feminine necks, long level top line, really opening that barrel and opening that springer rib. Very nice animals. They'll both be a blue ribbon.
This is our intermediate calf class. We have Jacob Mawson, Emma Corver, McKenna Mawson, Autumn Corver, Allison Mueller, and Caden Holstein exhibiting.
Okay. As we go through these heifers, we like to compare them to the overall appraisal score sheet. We're looking for the total amount of points, and then we take deductions. It's not always about size. I'm going to tell you right now, this young man with the white heifer, that's the best calf in the pen until I go below her knees, and then she has some trouble. And we talked about it a little bit. I'm not here to embarrass him. She's an amazing heifer. She's got some toe issues, maybe some ankle, the way they're angled. It's a beautiful, beautiful heifer, but we got to expect some longevity, and I hope she'll do fine and keep on growing and become a cow that can last a long time. Right now in her life, she's experiencing a little foot problem. I'm going to start the class, albeit it's a little smaller. I like this red and white Holstein for its total symmetry, overall gentle appearance, long, clean, feminine neck, great top line, open in the hips to the pins, great openness to that rib cage and that springer rib and open in the barrel. She walks and moves on a great set of feet and legs and strong pasterns. High and wide in that rear escutcheon, which all of them pretty much are, but there's all very nice heifers, very few things separate them. Then I kind of switch a little bit between these two. We're really, really close. We're going to go with this heifer in second that's just a little bit thicker made, but she's so correct. She walks so easy, good feet and legs. She's got a great, amazing open barrel. She's really wide in those hips already for her age. She's going to be a big, strong, powerful cow. The reason that one in third stood in third, she's just a little bit narrow for me in the chest and the rear hocks. If she had the openness and power of the one in second, she'd have moved right up. But a very nice, correct heifer. And by the way, you're all getting blue ribbons. Very nice projects. Nice, clean heifer. She's got a lot of promise. Then we kind of changed direction again. We pulled this heifer up. We'd like to see the natural bloom and the natural growth that we see and the symmetry we see in the ones ahead of her. Maybe open her up a little bit in the chest, but she's carrying a very nice top line and hip. Nice blue ribbon project. And then again, we're talking about this white heifer. And the young man, I'm not here to pick on you. You know what you're leading in the ring. She is just a spot-on, beautiful, gentle appearance heifer. Then I go below those front shoulders, and I just see a little bit of trouble. It's not high on the appraisal score sheet, but yet again, she has to live a while and be there, and I hope she can hang in there. Then we got one here that just needs to grow up and have a little bit of time, a great blue ribbon project. Her back end's probably ahead of her front end a little bit. She's a little bit catterwampus. I'd like to get that front end up just an inch or two, make her a little more smoother when she walks around the ring. Great projects, guys.
Up next, we have our senior calves. There should be 4 entries in this class. We have Emma Hare, Autumn Corver, Bria Lusink, and Ariel King.
Okay, another outstanding class, all blue ribbons. And we're talking very few points separating these top two. I'm going to go with the whiter heifer in first place for overall general appearance. She just stands with a great profile, a lot of symmetry from nose to tail, good depth of rib, good extension of that front brisket, standing on and moving, and standing on an exceptional set of feet and legs of great pasterns. What separates these two is a little bit for me, and remember, today's just my opinion. Every day you go show, you'll have another opinion. For me, the thing that separates them the most, I'd like to move her elbows out on her chest floor a little bit, give her a little more room between them front knees and the rear hocks. She is a very powerful heifer, amazing barrel, great top line. I just want to fix those elbows and feet and legs a little bit. Wonderful project. Then we kind of switch gears. We got a little bit thicker made heifer, but very correct. Very nice top line, not quite the power in that rear hip and hip to pins as we have in the heifer above her, but she's better in the feet and legs. Nice blue ribbon heifer. Then we got one that's just a little bit less on the scale of the symmetry. She's just got to need some time to grow. She needs a little more levelness in that rear dorsal process from hips to pins, which is the backbone. Give her a little more of that general appearance, and that would scoot her right up the line. But young lady, you got a nice blue ribbon heifer. Okay? Thank you.
In the ring now, we have our summer yearling class. We have Ariel King and Clancy Debrick with 2 total entries.
Well, I'd like to say congratulations to these exhibitors and to your county. What a pleasure to look at so many wonderful dairy heifers. I've been to a lot of county fairs. I got 3 more to go after today, and today's my 3rd one in a week. I get to see a lot of critters. I don't want to be harsh to some exhibitors or some counties, but sometimes they have me go evaluate some dairy cattle, and it may be some kind of a colored calf they found at a sale barn, and maybe perhaps they listed it in the dairy program so they wouldn't have much competition. And it's not fun to evaluate an animal that's really not a dairy animal. So hats off, you have some very nice dairy animals. It's a pleasure to look at your exhibits with you. As we've been looking at all these, every one of these animals so far has been extremely well made. Very dairy, and here's the deal. Well, once again, we got blue ribbon exhibits. We're talking fine little points that separate these. That's how good they all are. We're going to start the class with this black and white heifer. Her overall balance and symmetry. She's big, powerful heifer. She's going to be an amazing cow. Clean, feminine neck, and then she comes back through that big chest floor, but yet she's sharp at the withers, a lot of dairy character. Then she opens up into that barrel, that spring rib. Remember, folks, these girls are going to take in tons and tons and tons of silage and hay and roughage and baleage and some grain and they'll become those amazing cows that put out so much milk. So the one thing I would give her, I'll grant this to the red heifer. She's more correct in her feet and pasterns, but I believe overall the black and white heifer is your leader. If I was going to change anything, it'd be just the angle of her toes. Not much at all. The red and white heifer is a beautiful profile. Great heifer. I'd like to see her a little deeper in that barrel. Good job, young man. I'd like to see her a little deeper in that barrel, but what a magnificent picture from the side. They're both open in the rib. She just didn't have quite the power in that rear hip that I saw in the black and white heifer. But a beautiful exhibit. Okay, young lady? Nice job.
In the ring now we have our junior yearling class. This is Jeremiah Ronsink, Bria Lusink, Autumn Corver, and Caden Holstein.
Okay, as we're looking at these, you might sit in the audience and say, well, why is he so fussy about where their elbows are on the side of their chest, or why is he so fussy about their leg set or their pasterns? By the way, the pasterns are that little bit of ankle that's down here below the dew claws. The dew claws are the two little short, like hooves on the back above the hoof. Those pasterns are very important. The whole reason I'm being fussy at this point on heifers, we have to go against the appraisal scorecard. We do not have mammary systems yet to evaluate. We have to go solely on appearance, general appearance, dairy character, dairy strength, feet and legs, and pasterns, especially at this age. If they're having troubles already, they probably aren't going to make 5, 6, 7, 8 lactations. And nowadays, they're all on concrete. They're going like gangbusters, and they really got to be sound. So as I'm evaluating these heifers, they've all been tremendous, but we really got to pick them apart on general appearance and their structure at this age. If we have mammary systems, then we have a lot more points to look at. So I'm being a little bit tough on some of their traits, and I'm sure enjoying seeing what I'm looking at. So we're going to start the class with this red and white Holstein heifer. She's got a great profile, a lot of symmetry, clean feminine neck, great long top line, showing me just a little bit more power between the front elbows there and that chest floor. She's well made, good feet and legs on the move. The black and white heifer in second, extremely nice big open barrel. I'd like to move her elbows out a little bit and give her a little more width between them front knees. She's going to be a big, powerful, tremendous cow. The one in third and fourth, very close placing. We finally moved the black and white heifer up into third because of her width and that chest floor, because of the natural width between her rear hocks where that mammary system's going to come in. I'd like to clean her up a little bit on the top line. And then the red and white heifer in fourth. Here again, I want to get some width between her front knees. I want to get her back hocks opened up, a little more natural width in the rear hocks, maybe level up her a little bit from her hips to pins. But a great open barrel, great open ribbing. She's going to make a powerful cow. You got a young blue lady, young lady. A blue ribbon, young lady. There, we got it.
Up next, we have our senior yearling class. This is exhibiting Jonah Blanket Sport and Ariel King with 2 entries. Just to keep you guys on the program, we do not have junior champion listed in the program, but we will line up junior champion after this class.
Guess what I've been doing? I've been getting to feel some nice heifer in their rib cages. Okay, hey guys, you're gonna get, how about this news? You get a purple and you get a purple. Very nice heifers, very nice. Yeah, bet, give them a round of applause. Very exceptional heifers, and here again it comes down to me a little bit of difference. They could be a tie. And the lady helping in the ring would even help me. I asked her which one's the better one. She said the only thing she knew about dairy cattle was that she could drink milk. Okay, so I'm going to start the class with this big red and white heifer. She's just got an exceptional amount of dairy character, a lot of symmetry. I think she's more correct in her feet and legs than pasture, and she moves so nicely, showing me some really nice natural width between the mirror hocks. And if you'll get to looking, she's already got some amazing height and width in that rear escutcheon. Got great levelness from her hips to pins. Very nice top line. The one in second place, I did give her a purple. She's amazing. She's powerful. She's deep in the rib, open in the barrel. If I would do anything to move you up and beat her, it'd be to tweak those front feet a little bit, just a little bit. She's been cantankerous in the ring. She's wearing you out, but you got a very nice project. Both purple ribbons. Yeah, but I got a first alert on.
All right, from the last class, or excuse me, this is our junior champions for those of you who are just catching in. We start over here with our spring calves and go all the way down to our fall yearlings. It goes first, second, first, second. So this is our junior champion. After we crown our junior champion, we will begin with our 2-year-old cows.
What an amazing show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's obvious we're in a dairy county. I passed two big dairies, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 miles southeast of here. There's no question there's some dads and grandpas and uncles and some dairy people in the audience. I think these exhibitors need a huge round of applause. By far, in the last 29 years, this is the best dairy show I've got to be able to evaluate in 25 years. This is a good show. Very nice animals. I am very privileged to share today with you. Like I mentioned earlier, until we get into the mammary systems, I got to be a little bit tough. We got general appearance, we got dairy character or dairy strength, we've got body capacity, and the big thing that I'm worried about at this age of these heifers is mobility, feet and legs. And I don't mean to harp on it continuously, but that's all that separates these. We got some really nice calves. So now I need to pick champion and reserve. In my mind, it's about overall general appearance. That's high points on the score sheet. Dairy character or strength. I think there's two that stood out for me now that they're in the final lineup. I think in general, I tried to pick all about the same type. I hope that's a good thing. I didn't jump all over the board. There wasn't a lot of jumping to do. They're all very nice. I think the one that stood out for me today for our champion is going to be a picture of overall general appearance, overall dairy character, smoothness, symmetry. I think we're going to go with this heifer right here, young man. This will be our champion heifer. Well, then I think we're supposed to look at the second place heifer in that category for a reserve, but I think there's another one that we'll leave her stand right there for now, albeit she's a very nice heifer. There was one that I'm going to go on the other end of the spectrum that I think is just a delight to look at. She's so correct and has a lot of symmetry and style for her age. Just a pleasure to work with. That's a little red and white Holstein right down here. You're going to get reserved. Nice heifer. Nice job, people. Good work.
All right, our junior champion was Caden Holstein with his junior yearling. Our reserve junior champion was Emma Corver with her intermediate calf. Once our judge gets back, we will have Ariel King and Tyson Holstein enter the ring with their 2-year-old cows.
Well done, young people. Very nice cows. 2 purples. We'll leave them as they stand. Here again, we're very, very exceptional mammary systems. Very few things separate these 2 cows. We're going to start the class with this one in first place for our overall profile and general appearance to start with. Very little difference in the mammary system, but she blends so nicely down that neck and into her shoulder assembly. An amazing uphill, long, level top line, level hip. If I would change her at all, I'd move those front toes back in just a skosh. But amazing mammary system, a lot of fore udder, well-attached udder on the sides back there, high and wide in that rear escutcheon. Just an amazing, powerful cow. Wouldn't change much other than her front feet. Young lady, you've got an amazing cow, another purple ribbon. I'd like to see her, what I mentioned, a little better blending from that neck into the shoulder. Great top line. Not quite as strong as the one ahead of her, but very close. Nice. I'll tell you what, you got the best front feet and legs in the bunch. That almost moved her up in the whole day. But she moves so freely and nice. Beautiful mammary system. High and wide in that rear. Well attached. A lot of structure there. Beautiful cow. Nice class.
Our next class is our 3-year-old cow class. We have 2 entries in this class, Jonah Blankenspore and Ariel King. Once this is over, we will do an overall senior champion and then bring our junior calves back in for a supreme.
Well, it's kind of a difficult class. They're both exceptionally nice cows. I believe they're both 3-year-olds. Did you say that was the first or second freshener? Probably first. Second? Okay. And here again, we're going to have to go down to some fine points as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to start the class with this black and white cow. I think she just moves so freely, got really good feet and legs and sound. She moves so nicely. Well blended, lots of symmetry, good top line. I'm going to grant the red and white cow a little bit on capacity today. She's got our highest and widest rear escutcheon. I don't see quite the capacity, but that's a well balanced, all 4 quarters, good forerunner, great feet and legs, good top line. I think that'll be my class starter. The red and white cow is a big, powerful cow. A lot of promise in her for years to come. Nice mammary system, high and wide. She doesn't quite have the overall dairy picture that I'm looking for. And for some reason, it's not bothering her. She walks okay. She's got her hips are a little bit offset, but it functions. She's obviously making a lot of milk and a very nice cow. We're going to have 2 purples.
All right, this is our senior champion division right here. And then we will be pulling in our junior champions for Supreme. If you are a senior showman, please be ready to enter the ring.
Oh, we didn't have a lot of milkers to look at, but what we got to see were exceptional. Thank you very much for sharing your day with me. What a pleasure to look at them. This is going to come down to general appearance. They're both very nice cows, amazing mammary systems, deep in the rib, open in the barrel. I think there's one that just stands out a little bit more for overall general appearance and symmetry. Well-balanced udder, showing me some really good capacity. Very little separate the two. This cow right here is going to be my champion today. We're going to stay right here and we'll go reserve champion right here. Nice animals. Thank you very much. We're going to pick our overall dairy champion of the day, and then the young lady over here tells me we have a Holstein plaque. And since that's the only breed we looked at today, we'll award that plaque. On our scorecard and when we appraise, of course, the mammary system is a huge part of it. We always have that over the young heifers. I've been in a couple shows where a young heifer has won the day, but that tells you one thing, two things. The young heifer was exceptional, and the cow with the mammary system was pitiful. It can happen, but generally a cow with an udder mammary system is going to beat the junior. It's the way it is. Sorry, guys. I'll get you back to you in a second. With that being said, I'm going to stay right up here at the top of the line. Our overall Supreme Dairy cow will be the one that took a champion in the milking division, and we'll hand her the Holstein plaque also right up here. Now, go ahead. I'd like to tell you this. I don't think they have them, but I would like to give both of you an honorable mention. Those are amazing young juniors. And if someday I get to come back here and look at them with the udder, I can't wait. They're beautiful heifers. Thank you very much.
All right, congratulations to Tyson Holstein and Ariel King on having your Supreme and Reserve Supreme dairy animal. Up next, we are going to do our senior showmanship class. In this class, we have Ariel King, Allison Mueller, Emma Hare, and Jonah Blankenspore. Juniors and intermediates, I would highly encourage you to make sure you're watching your senior showman to take any pointers from the judge.
Well, we're almost done with our dairy show today. It's been an amazingly good drive of cattle. I really appreciate you sharing your day with me. What a privilege I've had. We're doing showmanship now. We're going to shift gears a little bit. It's not so much about the perfection of the animal. At this point, we're looking for how it was prepared, the way it handles, the getting it ready, clipping it, washing it, your presentation. A lot of times today, I really look out for you guys. These are big animals. Personally, I don't mind helping you give a little bit of tweak on the tail or a pat on the rump to get them moving. I told one of you, you about got shoved into a post a couple times. I'm going to look out for you. There's no reason anybody needs to get hurt. I'm not here just to try to give you my opinion. I'm here to watch out for you, and you have a great day. Let's get started on showmanship. This won't take much longer. I'm going to ask some questions, so let's have a little fun. What's your name, please?
Jonah Blankenspor.
And how long you been showing dairy cattle?
Since 4th grade, so I can't do that.
5 years, 4 years? 4th grade. 6 years? No? You want to use my calculator? It's okay. You've done a great job. By the way, one of the helpers at the table over here when we started said, "Why in the world would they wear white clothes?" You know what? My daughter was involved. I grew up on a dairy farm. My daughter showed a lot of good dairy goats, and it's been part of the dairy world. The answer might be this. We associate dairy cattle and dairy goats with milk and cheese, which is a grade A product with the human consumption. I think the white is associated with cleanliness, staying pure, staying a good product with the milk. It's the dumbest thing you can wear around dairy cattle. As you see, they're spreading fertilizer everywhere. We should be wearing black, but you guys have all dressed very well. I appreciate that. You've got on good feet, good shoes. These girls are heavy. They can crush your feet. You've all done very well. On your cow, if you would change anything about her, what would you change?
Well, for one, probably fix her hip.
Now remember, I forgave that. Don't draw attention to it, but there was very few things that separated them. So you don't give away all the bad traits in the barn. She's a beautiful cow. Yeah, you could fix that hip a little bit. It's okay. Take her to the doc and have some plastic surgery. Other than that, what would you change?
Probably get a little bit nicer toes on her. Probably also a little bit better feet. Some of my cows in recent years have had a little bit extra skin, so that
Jowl? So do I. Don't look at those either. Okay? All right. Very good. Your name, please?
Emma Hare.
Emma, how long you been showing?
It's my 3rd year.
3rd year. I'm going to hold your heifer. Yes, I'm going to hold your heifer a second. You show the audience. When I talk about I like some good levelness from hips to pins, show the audience where that distance would be from hips to pins. Which is which? Okay? Slide your hand forward towards me. That's your big hips. Slide your hand back. Those bones sticking up there on either side of her tail are the pins. Very good. Thank you. Your name, please?
Allison Mueller.
Allison, how long have you been showing dairy cattle?
This is my 2nd year.
2nd year, okay. Are you a champion? Sorta. You got to be positive. You're sort of a champion. Okay. On your dairy heifer, if I said I'd like to see a little more extension to your dairy's heifer's brisket, where would that area be? Show the audience. Right down here in that brisket. Go a little bit lower. Yep, right there. Good job. there's anything about her you'd change, what would it be?
I would change how she sticks up her pone when she walks.
Okay, thank you. Don't step in that fertilizer right here. You've got enough slobber on you. You don't need green. Your name, please?
Ariel King,
How long have you been showing, Ariel?
since 4th grade.
Like him. You know each other? No? You want to know him? I don't want to know him either. Okay. So, on your cow, we talked about her in her division. She did pretty well. There was one thing I pointed out, and it wasn't horrible. What would you change to make her dairy appearance, her general appearance, a little bit cleaner and sharper? What would you change?
Her neck, like right here.
Okay, very good. How are we doing on time? We got okay? You guys don't care. You're having lemonade. Okay, let's please walk around one more time. I may have you stop over here. Let's do one more walk. I'm going to talk to you a little bit as you're walking. How much were you involved in getting this critter ready? Clipping, washing, a lot of it, some of it? Dad help, mom help? Be honest, half of it. The half where you had a Mountain Dew and watched, or the other half? The other half, okay. How much were you involved? Quite a bit? Good job. You did a lot of clipping? Clipping, washing, lots of washing. Well, you presented her very well. How about you? Were you involved quite a bit? Washing? Holding supplies, that's very important. If you're at nighttime and there's an adult that wants you to hold a light, you never hold it in the right place. How about you? Did you involve quite a bit? Clipping? Do you clip? Okay. You clipped her ear. It's like that guy with the hip deal. You don't point out the imperfections. Now I see it. You just blew it. Okay, guys, you can stop right there. You've been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun helping you today. I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly have. I think there's one person that really worked hard in a lot of classes. You've all done very well. Good answers. There's one person I think worked really well in every class. Really did well, hung in there. The person I'm thinking of had one ornery heifer at one point, just didn't want to work out at all. Sorry buddy, she hung in there and it's tough. Thank you. You'll be our senior showman. Oh, we got to do 3 of them. I need to do 3 more, not just 3. Well, are you sure we can't do 4? First one to let go of your heifer and it runs away is in second place. No. You've all done very well. They want me to place 2, 3, 4, whatever. You've all done exceptionally well. We'll go 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. It doesn't matter. It's all a tie. You've been great.
All right, this is our intermediate showmanship class. In this class, we should have Tyson Holstein, Autumn Corver, Emma Corver, Jacob Mawson, Jeremiah Ronsink, Clancy Debrick, and Caden Holstein.
Okay, let's get this going. We got to finish up our day. Your name, please?
Tyson,
How long have you been showing?
4 years.
4 years. Can I hold your cow for you? You trust me? Okay, I'm going to hold her. I want you, we talked about this a lot in your class. Show the audience where this cow's escutcheon is. Oh, come on, don't let me down. Where's the escutcheon? Yep, rear udder arch. Is that, escutcheon's it's word this long and I don't even know how to spell it. Show them where the rear udder arch is. All the way around. That shouldn't, up at the top. That shouldn't be pointed like the top of a Christmas tree. Should be high and wide and round like the top of a basketball. Very good. Your name, please?
Caden,
How long you been showing?
4 years.
4 years. On your heifer, show the audience where its withers are. Where's its withers? It's okay. Put your hand down her neck. Yep, slide it back, slide it back, slide it back, slide it back. Top of the shoulders. Should be dairy, should be sharp, should not be round like an Angus cow. Very good. Your name, please?
Clancy Debrick,
How long you been showing?
1 year.
Awesome, good job. Did you help get the heifer ready? Did you help wash it, get it ready? Good job. What would you change about that heifer if you wanted to change something?
Her neck, because I mostly work with sheep.
Okay, thank you. How you doing? What's your name?
Autumn,
Autumn. How long you been showing?
like 9 years.
9 years. You've done a good job. On your heifer, what would you change about her if you wanted to change anything?
She's kind of over-conditioned, so I'd like to thin her out more in the stomach.
Okay? Sometimes I feel like I'm over-conditioned. All right, buddy, what's your name?
Jeremiah,
How long you been showing?
this is my first year.
First year. Glad to have you here, man. Thanks for sharing your day with me. We talked a lot on the heifers about feet and legs and pasterns. I brought it to everybody's attention where they're located. Oh, you get stepped on? That hurts. You all right? Show the, now she's going to act up. She knows she's in the spotlight. As you get a minute, show the audience where one of her pasterns would be. Come over here a little bit. We'll quit banging into, come over here. Yeah. Maybe will she stand still now? Show the audience where her pastern, one of her pasterns, there's 4 of them. Show the audience where her pastern is. Right below the dew claws. I'm going to give you credit. You've only been showing a year. So these little, hold on, girl. These little toes right back here, those are dew claws. And that pastern's right here. It's kind of like their ankle. We want them up and high and strong. We don't want them to get down and those dew claws get into the manure. Okay? Your name, please?
Jacob Mawson,
How long you been showing?
4 years.
4 years. What would you change about your heifer if you was going to change anything?
I would have the ear not be frozen off.
Oh, quit pointing out that silly stuff. I don't care about a frozen ear. That's okay. Anything else?
Probably the top line a little bit more straight.
Okay, top line. She couldn't help it. She lost her ear. It happens. Okay, your name, please?
Emma,
Emma, how long you been showing?
8 years.
8 years. You start like a clover kid? Okay, and other things, okay. What would you change about your heifer if you were to change anything?
Maybe have her like stay more still and like maybe adjust to the halter a little better.
Okay. Okay, we got to place 3 of you. It's been a lot of fun. You guys have done a good job. I think there's 3 that kind of stood out for me. Maybe not the best on an answer. Maybe not the best on an answer, but I feel the person I'm going to pick for intermediate show person all the time he had his animal out there. Bear with me. This person had the head up, which set the top line, which set an amazing profile and general appearance. I'll give him that, and he's very calm, always walking in a very calm fashion. He had control. Maybe not giving me the best answer on an animal question, but he did a great job presenting his animal, and I believe it moved it up a spot in its class. That's up here. Good work. And then we're going to pick 2 more, right? Number 2 is going to be right here, and number 3 is going to be the little red and white Holstein down here. Good job, everybody.
Your champion intermediate showman was Tyson Holstein. Up next, we have our junior showman. We have 3 entries in this class. We have Luke Holstein, Jace Holstein, and McKenna Mawson. Check that. 4 entries. Miss Bria Lusink is also in this class.
Hey, we're just about to round up our day. Thank you again for inviting me to Sioux County. What a privilege to share my day with you young folks and your cattle. Exceptional show. The best dairy cattle I've been in a long, long, long time. Both in quality, and you youngsters are amazing. We'll finish up our junior showmanship, and that concludes our dairy show. So let's get rolling here. What's your name, young man?
Jace.
This your first year?
Yeah.
First year showing? Wonderful. You did a great job. You've been tough all day. I've been watching you. On your little heifer, what would you change about her if you were to change anything?
Straighter top.
I'm sorry?
Straighter top line.
Okay, all right. Your name, please?
McKenna Mawson.
How long you been showing?
This is my second year.
Second year. What would you change about your project if there's anything you want to change?
I would thicken her up a little bit.
Thicken her up a little bit? Okay. What do you mean by that? Tell me.
Like, kind of,
Not thicker meat and fat, right? Make her, spring her open a little bit in her chest, maybe in the rear hocks. That's what we're looking for. When you say thicken her up, as a dairy person, make sure that when you share that with somebody, you don't want to make her thicker like an Angus. I knew where you were going. Okay. Okay, what's your name?
Bria.
Are you tired? Be honest. I am too. Shall we get a chair and sit down and talk? No? Yes? You need to sleep? You couldn't sleep because you were nervous?
My mom's blasted music.
Your mom blasted music? Shame on her. Shame on her. This lady needed to sleep. Wow. Can't you be we're gonna call child services. When she gets older, you don't take good care of her. That's called elder abuse, and you can blast your music back to her. Okay? On your heifer, if there's anything you'd want to change, what would you change?
Nothing. She's perfect.
I like that answer. Finally, somebody said it. Did everybody hear her? Nothing. She's perfect. I like the way you think about your project. Okay, buddy, what's your name?
Luke.
I'm sorry?
Luke.
How long you been showing, Luke?
First year.
First year. You've done a great job. I've had a lot of fun with you today. Have you had fun? Did your mom blast music? No? You need to sleep over at their camper, okay? Hey, buddy, on your heifer, is there anything you'd change about her?
How she holds her head.
How she holds her head? She's been kind of ornery to you, hasn't she? You've been hanging tough, though. I got to pick 3 of them, right? Okay, here we go. I've had a blast with all of you. We're almost done. Let's have a round of applause for the whole dairy show. Wow, what a beautiful day. Here's what we're going to do. I think there's one person that worked really hard today. Even though she didn't sleep much, I think here's our show person right here. You're going to be number 2. And I don't care how you do it, but I got to do a tie. But I'm going to let the table decide. That way it takes the pressure off me. You guys decide. Oh, come on. I don't have to do anything. Are you guys cousins? No. Let's give it to this young man. You did a good job, honey. They wouldn't let me have a tie. Give me your address. I'll mail you a ribbon, okay? Hey, you have a great day. Get some sleep. Thank you, everybody. It was a good show.
Thank you to everyone that attended our dairy show this year.
Okay, we are ready to start our dairy goat program, our show of our dairy goats. Our first class entering the ring today is our junior doe, 4 months and under. Our judge today is Butch Sowers. So let's welcome him with a round of applause.
I'm sorry? We're going to start our class of the 4-month-old junior does. If you were around for the dairy cattle show, it's very similar kind of scorecard. We're going to start the class in our junior does. We don't have a mammary system or an udder yet to evaluate, so we got to go in a lot of general appearance. How they come in the ring, how they look from nose to tail. They need to have a lot of symmetry, which means they need to blend well. They need to come down a long, clean, feminine neck into a good working shoulder assembly. They need to have a lot of room on their chest floor for heart and lungs, because as they grow up and have an udder, they're going to move 84 gallons of blood an hour through their system. That blood has to go through all their circulatory system, go into that udder, and they take the milk, the lactose, and all the milk sugars out of their bloodstream and make all that wonderful milk. So we got to start with the powerhouse. We got to have heart and lungs, and then it has to go back into that nice open barrel, their rib cage. Why? Because they're going to eat 4 pounds of hay and 3 pounds of grain and make about 9 pounds of milk on a good animal, which is over a gallon a day. Then we need that, in order for them to milk that 9 pounds of milk, they have to have a big, nice, wide hip, both this way, and they need to have nice natural width between their rear hocks, so that has room to put that mammary system in there. So when I walked along and I felt them, I'm feeling the openness of the rib cage, the overall general appearance, how their hip structure is made, and so forth. We start the class with this little Nigerian doe. She's really well blended, has a lot of symmetry from front to back. She's open in her chest floor. She blends out into that open barrel. She has a good level hip and a lot of natural width in the rear hocks. She's followed by the Toggenburg doe, standing in second over 3. Because of her openness of her rib cage, you can lay your fingers right down between her ribs. That's not a thin animal, that's a dairy animal. That's what we want. These aren't meat goats. Then she blends into that nice top line, nice open hip, and once again, natural width in the rear hocks. We get into the Nigerian in third over 4. She's just a little different made in the rib pattern. She's not as open as the 2 ahead of her, but she's carrying a really nice open width in that rear leg set. The one in 4th, she's come down, and I finally flipped those 2. She's a little tighter, a little closer in the ribs, not quite as open in the barrel, but carrying a nice width in the rear hocks. The 2 at the end here just need to grow a little more, need to open up their rib cage, need to have a little more condition on the last one, but guess what? You are going to get a blue ribbon. Nice class.
Our first place dairy goat, junior, 4 month and under, was exhibited by Kensley Baker. Our reserve by Ashlyn Baker.
That's okay. Same reasons.
Receiving blues, Brecken Baker, Kensley Baker, Ashlyn Baker, and Brecken Baker. Okay, just so you guys know, those top 2 will have to come back for the junior championship. So keep them close by, those top 2. Now entering the ring is going to be our junior doe, 12 to 24 months. Those are the ones that have kids, right?
I'll find out.
Okay. All right, come on. This good enough?
You got you right there.
There.
Okay, we'll let them stand just like this. We have the one that appears to be the Toggenburg type in first place. It's a pretty close placing, very nice animals. They got a good flat dairy pattern, good symmetry from nose to tail. They start up at the pole, which is where the horns would be, the pole, right down through that long, clean, feminine neck. It blends into the sharp withers, which is the top of the shoulders. They have good depth of rib down to their armpit, which is where their elbow is, and they have good open chest floors and good extension on the brisket. That leads right down a long, clean top line. The Toggenburg probably has a little better, flatter hip from hips to pins. For showmanship, this is what we're going to talk about. Here's your hips. Here's your pin bones. We need length from hips to pins. These tendons out here are called the thoros. We want levelness from hips to pins and thorough to thorough. Why? Because we need that big hip to have a mammary system down below it. On a scorecard, the mammary system's 35 points, so it's really important. The Toggenburg's showing us a little more higher and wider in the rear udder escutcheon. One has freshened, one has not. It's not a big deal in this class. They're both very similar. You're both going to get blue ribbons. Nice animals. Good job. Okay, bring our first and second place juniors back out there yet.
Exhibiting our first place 12 to 24 month dairy goat was Liam Warcheese. Colton Warcheese was our reserve, our second place. We have now brought in our younger ones, the 4 month and under, and we will be choosing our junior champion.
This won't take very long. We have the older yearlings and a little bit older, and we got our younger junior does. The older does here are really standing quite well and have cleaned up and grew nicely and matured. We'll stay right in that class for our champion and reserve for what we've already talked about. The Toggenburg Cross, or the straight Toggenburg's really nice and set in her symmetry and her overall general appearance, carrying a nice texture of her skin and openness to her rib. Nice top line. We'll make her our champion. Our white doe will be our reserve champion today. The younger ones just need a little time to catch up, get some maturity to them, and they'll stand right up there someday and possibly win too. Thank you.
Exhibiting our junior champion was Liam Warcheese, and our reserve was Colton Warcheese. Entering the ring now is our senior doe, 5 years and older. Our senior doe.
Unfortunately, we only have one milker, is that right? Well, we've got one to talk about. So this is on our score sheet of 100 points. We look at things like general appearance, how does she look and how is she blended from nose to tail. We look at body condition, we look at dairy strength, and we look at the mammary system. These all add up to be 100 points. We'll start at her head. She's got a nice width of that pole between her eyes, long, clean, feminine neck. She blends well on the move into that shoulder assembly. She's sharp at the withers and deep in the rib and open in the chest floor. Then she blends into that open barrel, has nice wide open ribbing, nice long level top line. If we change her a little bit, I might want to bring the pin bones up, make her hip a little more level, but she has a nice big square hip, good width in the rear hocks. For being fresh a couple weeks, I'd like to see maybe a little more capacity in her udder, but she has a well-attached udder, good teat placement, and she overall is a good blue ribbon doe. Good job. Guess what? Because you're the only one that wanted to show me today, you get the champion overall doe too. Because it's like in the dairy heifers, when we have some juniors, we just talked about the 100-point scorecard. When I have a female that's got the good quality she does with the mammary system, it's so many points, it would take a really poor milker to get beat by a junior doe. For those reasons, she stands very nice. You get a blue ribbon, and she'll be our overall dairy champion too. Okay?
Oh, guess what? Congratulations, Carmen. Carmen Warnches exhibited our senior doe, 5 years and older. She was our champion senior doe. So congratulations. Now we are getting ready to start with our senior showmanship. So who is our senior showmanship that's coming in? Oh, imagine that. It's Carmen.
How many other groups do you have? Do we have intermediates and juniors? Everybody that's going to do showmanship, come on in with your animal. That way when I do the seniors, you can stand on the side and listen. So you come out here, the rest of you hang on by the rail a little bit. We're going to pick on this person a lot. Let's talk about showmanship. And everything we're going to talk about is to help you. I'm not going to beat you up, I promise. I love going to shows and I love helping teach and help you get better. I'm the superintendent for the state fair. If you ever want to come that far down there, we have a lot of people in 3 weeks or so coming to show. We'll have 600 or 700 head of goats. I love helping the kids. We have showing and fitting clinics all over Iowa. If you're ever interested, get online to Iowa Dairy Goat Association. Look some things up. They have a share a doe program. If you know somebody that wants to get a doeling, they give away about 12 a year. Go online and look things up. I'd be glad to help you. Senior showmanship, what are we doing? Obviously, you're all dressed very well. You're well groomed. You look great. You have good. You don't have flip-flops on or sandals. You could get stepped on. You look great. What are we looking for in showmanship? Some answers. We talked about body parts. We're looking for them to be well taken care of. If you clip them, great. If you haven't and they have long hair yet, that's fine. Make sure they're clean. On goats, most of the time, some of you have tags, but on purebred registered goats, we tattoo them, either in the ear or on the tail skin if they're a La Mancha. Who knows what a La Mancha is? They are dairy goats with very little ears, little short ears. The only ones developed in the United States. All the rest of these came from overseas originally. So we want clean ears, no wax buildup in dirt, so I can see tattoos perhaps, and we want clean tails under the tail, no manure buildup or dirt. That's where they hide the dirty stuff. And then we want to trim toes some, not over trimmed, especially the week you're going to show, because if you trim them too short, they'll end up limping. But if they grow their toes, which is all keratin, when we feed our goats a grain mix, there's a lot of keratin in the grain, and they can grow toes real fast. It's just like our fingernails. So if those toes grow real fast and roll over under their feet, it's like if you were wearing shoes that are way too big. It's uncomfortable, it might hurt, and they'll limp. So we need to have toes trimmed, tails clean, ears clean. And then well groomed. If you're going to clip them, a nice uniform clipping, you did a good job on your clipping. Now, I'm not picking on anybody, but when you're showing dairy goats, you need to be in control. Not choking them, but you always want that chain or collar right up under their jawbone. Number one, it keeps their head up. This white one's doing very well. You want to have their head up because you want to be in control. All of you, right now, let your collars go down to their shoulders. Just let go. Watch what happens. Just let go. See the white one want to go? They'll start looking around for something to eat. You lose control. always, without choking them, always have your chain or collar up under the jawbone. That way you're in charge. If you're too small on a big goat to reach back and set the feet and legs, hold that head up all the time. Don't worry about the feet and legs. 90% of the time, if you have that head up or in control, the rest of it follows. Okay? And especially, it sets up their top line for a long level top line and their rear hip. Everybody understand? Those are the main basics. If you have control, you almost win the whole day. It's really important. And then, remember, I'm here today to help you with your projects. It's my opinion today. The next time you show, it'll be somebody else's opinion. But I like to share, as I did your animals and I talked about them, I go pretty fast, but we talk about body parts and why they add up on a score sheet for you to win. When I do showmanship, I like to ask questions, see if you're paying attention. It's not to pick on you, it's hopefully you get to learn something. Are you learning already? Do you feel like I picked on you? Yeah. Maybe. So you're our senior today. What's your name?
Carmen Warncheese.
How long have you been showing goats?
This is my first year.
First year? You're doing a good job. Tell everybody there's about 7 or 8 breeds of goats. We looked at Nigerians today. It could be like a Saanen cross. I'm not sure because its ears are a little bit down. Saanens are all white with their ears erect. We have some Toggenburgs or Toggenburg crosses, which are the brown or chocolate fudge brown with the white eye stripes. There's Alpines, which are a large Swiss type goat, which can be any color but white. We have Nubians, which Nubians have the long pendulous hanging down ear. Oberhausleys are about the color of this third one, but they're a larger Alpine type doe. So there's 7 or 8 breeds of dairy goats. It's good to know those. What breed maybe I already said it. What breed are you showing?
Toggenburg.
Toggenburg, and they're from the Swiss Alps. They have the erect ears, which are up like this. They have the white eye stripes. And she's told me she was 5 and freshened a couple weeks ago. I mentioned when I was doing some judging out here that typically they'll take in 4 pounds of hay a day, 3 pounds of grain, and should give us about 9 pounds of milk. This doe had a lot of good qualities. Is there anything you'd change about your goat if you wanted to change them?
No?
Okay. That's a good, honest answer about your project. We have a senior show person right here. So, thank you for sharing your day with me. Who's intermediates? Okay. Who's juniors? 1, 2, 3 juniors, 2 intermediates. Is that right? We're going to just leave you gathered up here. Well, it's just, I'll remember who's who. Your name, please?
Colton Warncheese.
How long have you been showing goats?
First year.
First year. What breed of goat are you showing?
It's a half boar goat, half Toggenburg.
Half Toggenburg, really? Okay. And then, so which way do you think you're going to go with her? You're going to go back to meat or you're going to go back to dairy?
Dairy.
Okay. I like your decision. She's pretty, for being half meat, she's pretty good goat. I mean, you were up against one with the mammary system. She stands pretty well. She's uphill, good top line, sharp at the withers. You're going to go down dairy with her. I think you'll have a good experience. Is there anything about your animal you would change?
No.
Okay. Your name, please?
Ashlyn Baker.
And how long have you been showing goats?
First year.
First year. Now, real quick, on your goats, when were these born, these 3 here? About what month? March? April? Something to remember. And I'll just give you a little bit of advice. If you can, it's not fun, it's horrible. But we can't show them any farther at the state fair if they have horns. The secret to goats, because they grow so fast, if you desire to have them, and some counties don't allow goats to come with horns, obviously your county's okay with it, but the key to having a good no horns is dehorn them first week. Don't hesitate. Be less stress, less pain. It heals very quickly. Once you get them growing, now we're in the hot weather and the fly season, you'll probably have to wait till winter when the flies are gone and probably have to have a veterinary assistance. These doggone critters can grow a horn real quick. I grew up with, my daughter had a purebred Toggenburgs and Alpines. And if we were going to keep bucks to sell, we dehorned the bucks at 2 days old. They're born with horns, almost. So just a little bit of advice on your horns. Don't mess with them now. You need to wait till cold weather, okay, because of all the flies. And remember, I've had some come to the state fair before, and we can't allow you to show down there if you want to go that far with horns. Depends on your county. Okay, so we need to pick a junior or intermediate show person. You need 2 places. I didn't get to share a lot with you guys, but I think the person that presented their animal the best and really showed me a nice top line and did a great job would be the young man with the white goat. So we'll be first and second, okay? Thank you for sharing your day with me, guys. Now we have 3 juniors, correct? 3 juniors? You're a junior? Okay. What's your name?
Kensley.
How long have you been showing? First year? And can you tell everybody what breed of goat you're showing?
I don't really know.
I think it's a Nigerian dwarf. Maybe, or a cross, who knows? That-a-way. Is there anything about your project you would change?
No.
Okay, thank you for sharing today. You did a good job. Your name?
Brecken Baker.
Is this your first year?
Yep.
And what breed are you showing me?
Tigerbergen.
Toggenburg? Okay. What would you change, if anything, about your project? Did you have a good spring? Did you enjoy it? What would you change?
Nothing.
All right. I appreciate that. Your name?
Liam Oranges,
How long you been showing?
first year.
First year. Tell everybody what breed you're showing.
Toggenburg.
Toggenburg again. And when did this one have babies?
About a month ago.
Month ago. On your goat, ready? This is going to be a good one. Tell everybody I want to know where the length from the hips to pins would be. Very good. Good job. Okay, what do you want to place? 3 of them? All 3? I think there's one that's probably done the best for me out here. The first, second, and third isn't going to matter. You're all done very well. You had a great first year. Thank you for sharing your day with me. Okay, let's go first, second, third. Thank you, guys. I hope you learned some stuff today. Thank you for sharing with me.
All right, in our junior showmanship, we have Liam as our first place. Our second place was Kensley, and Brecken was our third. Thank you. Appreciate you helping us out. All right, thank you everyone for coming to the Dairy Goat Show.
Is this